Hey everyone, hope you all had a great weekend. Thanks for joining me today on September 5th. And as always, we are not financial advisors and everything you see on here is for educational purposes only. Alright, let's get started with BTC. I might get a little distracted from time to time because our Luna just took off, so that's pretty interesting. But going back to BTC, so we missed our September 3rd date that I had on this ray line for kind of timing. I did have a second one that I did mention previously, which is the 11th. And I've also mentioned if by the 11th it doesn't hit our target, then I'm just going to start DCAing back in. We did stop because, Yunshi did say, hey, you know what, we were told not to buy yet. So I haven't been doing any DCA yet. But I'll start back up again if we pass, you know, after the 11th. Now, last night I mentioned Bitcoin would have to get above 20,063, I think it is. Yeah, 20,063. And if it doesn't, it's going to drop back down. We weren't able to push above that overnight, so it dropped back down. And if we close this red candle, we're going to have another red candle afterwards. So that's going to give it that momentum to push back down, and hopefully finally get to that 17 target because it's taking its sweet time just going sideways. Then we have to drop going sideways. We've gone sideways for quite a while. The last couple of days have been pretty boring. But we're due for a breakout anytime soon on Bitcoin. So I'm still eyeing that 17. We can finally drop back down there, get that out the way. And then the alt will finally hit some of their targets. For example, XRP wasn't on any reversal fibs, but it also, I did mention that too many of the coins, I mentioned too many of them were on reversal fibs. So that usually mentions that the whole market is just going to retrace, especially when Bitcoin and the majority of the alts are going to push down. When they're on those reversal fibs, they push down nicely and they rarely do push back up. So even though some of these coins weren't on reversal fibs, because so many of them were, it pushes everything back down. We're close to our 30 cent target, and that's just, we need to get to that price. It can obviously drop a lot lower, so we can knock out that 30 cent. I would be super happy because I still want to get a little bit more XRP. Yesterday we mentioned algo on a weak fib at 31.89. It held, dropped back down. Let's see, H bar. Look how much it dropped, and it was pretty pushed up there, and it went all the way to my last fib, hit perfectly, dropped back down. And then we look at Matic. Matic was another one that wasn't on any reversal fib, but then again, like I mentioned before, too many of them were on it, so it's gonna push everything back down. So there's and Matic is a good one to actually DCA. So if you don't have Matic, even if it's as long as it's under $1, it's still a really good price. But if we can drop a lot more, I'd be excited too. Rose is just going sideways right now, literally just going sideways. Like we have two targets. Either we go up, close this one to drop back down to the white fibs, or not the white fibs, the white lines. Or we drop down, close this out, then we can finally come back up. We still actually have a bullish target on there for 10 cents, so I do see Rhodes eventually coming back up. Right now, the market is overall bearish, so I don't see gonna just go up there really quick, right? It'll take its time. Now Shiba, same thing I mentioned last night. Hey, if we can't get above 1341, it's gonna drop back down, and if it drops back down, it's gonna come right down to the trend line. And where are we at now? Right back to this trend line. And if you can see, it's kind of been doing that pattern, right? Pump, drops back down. It pumps, drops back down. It pumps, drops back down. So now the big thing is, will Shiba hold there? And I'm not sure if I posted on the last update or not, but technically the pattern that we're looking for, where did my pattern go? Now I do have an open target at 987, so if we can drop down to that, knock that out, and then finally push back up, that would be amazing. But I do have a pattern like this, somewhat like this, and I mentioned it a few times, where we'll go up, we'll drop back down, go sideways. Let me follow this pattern. So we'll drop, go sideways, drop, come back up, go sideways, up. And if I move that over here, we want it to be something like that. So we dropped, went sideways, we dropped again, we kind of pushed back up, and I was hoping it would actually stay up here because then it would signal this. But we could probably drop a little bit more, then come back up to here and then do that. So I still see a big push on Shiba. The only thing is it's only a matter of time, pretty much. So we'll keep waiting for that. And again, the reason I drew it to go down this way, so we can knock out this target out the way, and then that way we can go sideways and push back up, and that would be towards like the end of September, that I've been saying for a while. We were hoping, you know, it would be a whole lot sooner based on what the information we got from Yinshi. We were hoping it would be a lot sooner, but obviously it didn't work out that way, so we'll keep pushing. Now for Luna, now this is pretty interesting. Our pattern played out perfectly, right? We went up, we went sideways, went all the way up. We got those 3 candles. We went up, went sideways. We got the 3 candles. And then we got to the point where we can't really see what happens next, right? At this point, all we knew was we were in a flag pattern, and if we would either break up or down. We broke up, we had a buy order. So we're in Luna now. And the tricky part here is, how high can it go? Obviously, we broke above, so this can easily do another... Where's my level 2 at? Easily do another, like... at least we touched the all-time high, so another like 40% from where we're at now, so that's looking pretty fun. I was hoping for it to retrace and then push back up, but it only retraced just a little bit, and then it did a little sideways. And Luna's literally the only one that's giving us any action. Everything else is just so boring and slow. Adam was on a strong reversal fib, and right now just kind of going sideways. Now, if we close this one, it's gonna print another red candle downward, unless it can get above 1340. When we look at AVAX, was not on any reversal fib, but it's pushing downward a little bit. Digibyte, you know, remember we mentioned it's a little bit off, but it's still on the strong reversal fib at 0.1085, and again, it could have none of the alts were able to push overnight, so they all dropped all the way back down. And if we close this red candle, it's going to do another one. Same thing with Phantom. Phantom actually felt it pretty hard. Went up, hit a strong reversal fib, orange fib. So, you know, Phantom couldn't get above 2764. It will drop back down. We dropped nicely back down. And if we close this red candle, we're going to do another red candle. Now, Ethereum was kind of like a hit and miss. It's a little bit off that Y fib that way I have here. But if it were to count, it would mean that, hey, it's going to drop back down temporarily and then come back up. And remember, with Ethereum, I still have an open target at 1,006. When we look at ADA wasn't on any reversal fibs, but the fact that the whole market dumped back down, ADA dropped back down as well. Now, I do have an open target for ADA at 42.74, so 42 cents, currently at 48, so I still see us dropping back down on ADA. For NEAR, it's not on any reversal fib. Data on a strong reversal fib at 118, and if it closes below that 118, it's gonna make another red candle tomorrow. So as you can see, last night we mentioned like, hey, it's gonna be like kind of a bearish day, so here we are. ZIL was on a strong reversal fib at 0.03677, and look at that nice drop. And like the other coins, if we close here, then it's gonna do another red candle. So market overall is showing us how bearish it is. You know, I know a lot of people were, yeah, I saw a little post here. People are kind of like a little bullish. You know, they're thinking it's gonna go back up again before it drops back down. But again, the way our system works is, it usually doesn't match up with what everybody else is saying. Which is how we knew, like, I mean, we nailed what, this big old drop here. I've been telling people all this time right here, I've been telling people we need a big red candle, big ugly red candle. And it happens time to time where like it gets delayed and I look kind of like a liar and people start questioning me, but I'm used to that already. Then I drew we would go sideways, drop, we nailed that. Now we're just kind of going sideways. Now we just need that last drop. That last drop that actually tells us, hey, all right, the bottom is finally in. I know people are already screaming the bottom back here because we went up a little bit, but again, you know, when the market, and this is because, like I always say, when we were right here, everybody was like, oh my god, we're going down 10k Bitcoin, 10k Bitcoin, you know, like super ridiculous numbers that people love to throw out. I left the bottom like, watch it go up, and then it goes up. It goes up enough to trick everybody to switch, right? Now everybody was super bullish right here. Oh, you know, 30K Bitcoin, 28K, even 40K Bitcoin. And I was like, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, we're still going to drop, guys. What happened? We still dropped. So you got to be careful with what you listen for out there, especially if it sounds too good to be true. It probably is, right? Like right now, if someone says, oh, we're going to drop to like, you know, 10K Bitcoin, 11K Bitcoin. It's too good to be true, right? That's probably not going to happen. It's actually probably going to drop again. Kind of do like a double bottom that I've been saying forever now. We'll probably drop back down, do kind of like a double bottom, or even maybe get a little bit lower. And then everyone's going to be like, oh, we're going a whole lot lower. We're going a whole lot lower. And then people are going to start throwing out crazy numbers again. And that will be our bottom. Because see, they did this to make people believe that's the bottom. So when it does it again, people are going to be like, no, that's what we thought last time, it's going to drop more. And this will be the real bottom. And that, my friend, is how crypto works. All right. But that's pretty much the update for today. I still see the whole market dropping back down tomorrow. Unless like the alts do a crazy rebound today and they push above the numbers that I mentioned. Other than that, I still see this drop back down. And if we can finally come back down to 17K, finally buy back the rest of the alts that I've been waiting for. Because, again, my money's right there. It's kind of burning in my pocket. You know, well, technically in Luna now. So as long as everybody else dumps, Luna pumps, we're good. But with that, that pretty much is the end of today's update. And for those who are not in my Discord and want to get more updated information, because I give out information throughout the day. I post end of the night videos. I do have a Ko-Fi. The link will be in the description. I also do Patreon for those that, you know, for some reason can have access to Ko-Fi, but I'll go over the tiers real quick. $10 a month will get you all the update videos. So I update from Monday through Friday. Even sometimes I'll do Saturday and Sunday if it's like something crazy. For $30 a month, I call it the peace of mind, because you do get that peace of mind. You know, I help you not FOMO into coins, so you're more relaxed, more controlled. Everybody in the Discord is always saying, hey, thank you. You know what? Like, I'm glad I didn't FOMO, or hey, I'm glad I waited, you know, so and so. Because I know how the crypto world is. There's so many. Everything out there is to make you FOMO. And that's the thing a lot of people don't understand. Everything out there is to make you FOMO. And, you know, people who post all kinds of YouTube videos with all the clickbaits and stuff, they don't care if you get wrecked, man. This is probably one of the few Discords where, you know, the leader actually cares about his people. Most people don't even care. They just want you to pay. They just want the views, and that's it. That's why they do the clickbaits, you know what I mean? None of my videos are ever going to be clickbait. It's just going to be a, hey, market update, September 5th. That's it. But you get Discord access for the $30, and you get signal alerts. I do send out some alerts anytime something crazy happens. Now I do have an edge tier where you get the previous. Plus you can request charts. So say like there's certain coins you want to get into, and you don't know if it's the right time. I can actually look into it. We do have some scalp trades that I do post from time to time. I haven't posted recently, and that's because we've been all focused on Luna and SHIB, which actually have been giving us some really great returns. And you can actually get 2 Zoom sessions with me. So we do like a one-on-one. We can go over portfolios, or we can go over certain specific coins that you like, or maybe you're having trouble with the wallet. We can figure out how we can, you know, get your funds back. So there's a lot that, you know, this room offers. So if you're interested, again, link is below, and I will see you guys on the next update.